Okay, so hello. So I forgot, because I made lists. I'm OCD. I make lists. I compile things. I have them on different iPhones and stuff. This is a 2.5. This is video 2.5 on PornStars who have blocked me because I forgot about probably the biggest one, the controversial one that just happened a couple years ago. I want to say it happened at the beginning of 2017. Sadly. Listen, I'm just a porn fan, okay? I'm a man, Canadian, middle-aged man, who's passionate, horny, sadly has money to spend on certain things. I enjoy spending money on adult material, buying DVDs, buying porn memberships, those kind of things. And I've always been that way, okay? So, Twitter, the biggest reason I'm on Twitter specifically is to tweet my love, admiration, respect, fondness, and lustful, naughty thoughts to various porn stars in certain scenes, stuff like that. I like being an adult. I like saying adult, grown-up sexual things sometimes. I like tweeting that I wake up super horny. I also like waking up saying I'm going to drink French vanilla coffee. I like tweeting about the New Orleans Saints. I like tweeting about how my New York Rangers are never going to win a Stanley Cup in the Henrik Lundqvist era because they couldn't figure out how to get a center. I like these things. I like talking about how, upon reflection over the years, Zack Snyder really fucked up the DC Universe worse than anyone ever could. He made a lot of bad decisions, a lot of stupid decisions, and maybe Zack Snyder was the Vince Russo person of the DC Universe. He Vince Russo of the DC Cinematic Universe. I like tweeting stuff like that. I also like tweeting garbage nonsense, useless stuff like, I'm going to lunch, I'm going shopping, I'm taking a sneaky nap. I like doing stuff like that, just like we all do, okay? And I've been on Twitter for 7.5 years now, and you evolve, you get better, you learn things you shouldn't do, you know. And my next video is me telling porn fans, as we go into 2019, if you're a fan, and stuff you shouldn't do, just be smarter. But that isn't this video. This video is 2.5 porn stars who blocked me, and I forgot about the biggest, most important one. Sadly. And it sucks. Okay, so there's been a couple porn stars over the years, last few years, who've blocked me because I'm a big Kendra Lust fan. I've publicly proclaimed that Kendra Lust is the best porn star I've ever seen in my life. And I've proclaimed that since about 2014. And Kendra Lust has been my favorite porn star for pretty much the last 6 years. I've loved her since day one. She had me hooked immediately. Now, a couple porn stars a couple years ago had their own issues with Kendra Lust when she finally did interracial scenes. And Brie Olson had issues with it. She blocked me over it. Veronica Avlov had issues with it. She had issues with me being such a big Kendra Lust fan. And Veronica Avlov followed me and actually DM'd me nice things before we got into this Kendra Lust feud. Brie Olson never followed me, but she got mad at me and blocked me, and whatever. Veronica Avlov actually followed me. I was honored to have her follow me, and then she would randomly DM me. I remember going to work in 2012 in the mornings at like 6:30 a.m., and she would DM me. I'm riding on the bus to work, and I'm having a conversation with Veronica Avlov. You know how fucking cool that is? That's pretty cool. Just, how are you? How's your morning? Have fun like serious, like normal conversations. Which I have with most of the porn stars who follow me. I know, shocking. They're like human beings. And then got into this huge Kendra Lust thing, and she was like, you know, whatever. Doesn't matter. It happened. I tweeted about it when it happened. You know, Kendra Lust. Like, I love Kendra Lust. I do. Nothing's probably ever going to change that. So Veronica Avlov blocked me. But the biggest one to block me happened in January 2017. And it was Brianna Beach. Oh no, sorry. Apologize. Sorry. It was Brianna Banks. Brianna Banks. And I tweeted about it specifically in 2017 as it happened. Brianna Banks also was nice enough to follow me for a couple months. It was crazy. She followed me. It was awesome. I loved her when she started in porn. I loved her before she got a boob job in porn. I remember her doing movies in, I want to say, the late 90s, early 2000s, and then I think her original name was Mirage, I want to say. I'm doing this from memory. And then she got a boob job, and then she became Brianna Banks, and then she was a Vivid girl, and blah, 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 and then she retired, and then she came back, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she was following me for a couple months, and that was cool, because anytime a porn star follows me, I'm so honored and appreciative of, and I just sometimes just want to give them attention and tweet about how much I enjoy their scenes, or how pretty they are, or, you know, I bought this DVD, I really enjoyed this scene. I try to do what I can. Anyway, Brianna Banks started DMing me, getting mad at me, because I was voting for Kendra Lust for AVN Awards and XBiz Awards at the time. And she really felt like she had a good chance to win. And she wanted me to vote for her. And she wanted me to, like, promote that. And I'm just like, I'm just a Canadian man who buys a lot of porn, more than small countries. And this is, you know, the beginning of 2017, so almost 2 years ago. You know, and I'm like, you know, whatever. I got a pretty good Twitter vibe going on back then, more now, but, you know. And I'm like, what? And she's DMing me this weird stuff. So I didn't put her on blast. I didn't, like, but what I did was I contacted someone who's close to Kendra Lust. Agent, business partner, Randy. And I sent him the DMs that I was getting from Brianna Banks at the time. And then I sent it to Kendra too, because Kendra messaged me too. And I was tweeting about how shocked and mad, and I couldn't believe that someone was, like, literally demanding that I vote for her instead of her. I've never met Kendra Lust, okay? I might never, ever meet her. And I've definitely never met Brianna Banks. I'm just a Canadian man who loves porn, okay? And I vote for women that I like, and I vote for fan awards because I love it. I'm OCD. I love voting. I love doing that stuff. And sometimes I feel bad that I can't vote for all the... Because I try to vote for porn stars that follow me, especially as 2018 ends, 2019 begins. When I do AVN fan votes, I vote for porn stars that follow me over porn stars that don't. I just do. And it's hard to divide them, you know, because there's a lot of... I'm lucky. And for some reason, fucking Brianna... And I don't know, maybe she did this to other fans too. I never really got into that aspect of it. Because, you know, she DM'd me a few times, got really mad at me, and then she blocked me. And I sent some DMs to Randy. I don't want to say his name wrong. You know, I don't want to mispronounce your name. Because, dude, I couldn't say Penelope for a long time, so I'm not going to pronounce your name wrong. I called... Yeah, so I just don't like to mispronounce names. Not that your name's crazy, Randy, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so I did what I felt was right. I passed along certain messages to Randy, and then I passed along certain messages to Kendra at the time. This is water under the bridge now. This is like 2017, whatever. And that was the weirdest porn star blocking experience I've ever been a part of. I don't go out of my way to get porn stars mad at me, to be rude to them, or anything. If I don't like a porn star, I don't follow them. If I don't like what a porn star stands for on certain occasions, I usually just don't tweet them. And porn stars that I like, that talk about stuff that I don't like, I let it go. I don't need to disagree with them. We're all human. We all like different things. We all have different moods. And I'm not going to ruin something over someone having a bad day or someone being really passionate about something, I don't understand, or I don't know the facts, or I don't see it from their point of view. That's the whole point. And social media, Twitter, typing, you're not having verbal conversations. You're taking things out of context on a certain mood, on a certain day. Sometimes that leads to trouble. So that's part of the reason I wanted to do these videos and just talk about how I've had bad experiences where I've been blocked for maybe I've been out of line in the past, maybe, I don't know, or stupid stuff. And it happens. And that's just the way it goes. And I just wanted to finally reveal that list because I'm hoping, someone will watch this YouTube video. You'll get to hear me talk, see me, do the Ricky Bobby hand thing, and get an idea of, that's all. Because evolving, learning, not repeating the same mistakes, being a better fan, being a better person on social media, that applies to me too. How I was in 2011 when I first joined Twitter versus how I am now, it's totally different. I still had the fundamentals of respect, kindness, politeness and stuff, but of course, sometimes, I got involved in stuff that I shouldn't have, or I got worked up about, the Tara Patrick gun control thing. That really bothered me, and maybe I just should have let it go, because there's porn stars now that politically I disagree with. I'm Canadian, it's not my battle, but I just let it go, and then I focus on the stuff I do agree with, because I don't want to risk that, and technically it's none of my business. Just like I would be mad if American porn people were coming at me over Canadian issues. I get it. Anyway, that's my list. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, make a comment, tell a friend, follow me on Twitter, tell a porn star. Cheers.